people, welcome. Good morning. If this is your first time, welcome. If this is your second and third time, welcome back. Okay, so yay. So today's topic will be a little okay. Today we will be talking about suicidal thoughts. But suicidal thoughts are people who just always having negative thoughts about possibly killing themselves, or like how they're gonna do it when they won't do it or whatever. You feel me? So I have a story time about this, but for now I just wanna talk about some symptoms and like how you could help someone who you think might have suicidal thoughts. You feel me? So let's get into the video. Okay, so if you are someone who is having suicidal thoughts, first of all, know that you are not alone and that you are very much loved. And if you know someone who is having suicidal thoughts, make sure to let them know how much they are loved, because there's no positivity going through their mind. It's all negativity. So if you could bring a little light to them, some positivity all the time, it will help them just a little bit. You feel me? Okay. Depression and suicidal thoughts and like anxiety and stuff, they don't really care about how spiritual we are. I'm pretty sure plenty of devoted believers and faithful children of God, they go through this. Like I go through this, which will be a story time for another time. So in this video, I want to give advice to people who are struggling with like suicidal thoughts and like anxiety and depression and stuff. I'm going to give you some advice, advice that some Christians and non-Christians can take. You feel me? Like I said in my last video, that I will definitely be referencing the Bible. Well, suicide rarely happens without warning. So like as a peer or friend or something, it's best to know what are the signs and how to best recognize when someone is going through this. So before I start, giving the advice, I wanted to give you guys some of the signs that someone might be going through this. Okay, like it's not completely though. Not everybody have the same exact things or whatever, but these are the best. First things first. People who are going through this, they're always joking about dying or like taking their lives, like joking like they have no reason to live. Like, yes you do. You may not know the reason at the moment, but you do have a reason to live, and I will let you know about that. The second sign is that they're drifting away from their friends and like family, and they're not really being social as they used to be. They gotten sad and like they don't want to be around people. You feel me? Which is really sad, because you really want to be around that person, but they can't. They don't want to, because they're going through something and they don't want to share it with people. So they just feel like it's best to just not deal with people. But being around people that you love is actually one of the best things to do. So yeah. Another sign is constantly aggravated, and they get upset about like everything. They will get like any little thing or whatever that you do to them, they will be upset, because it's like, wow, you really think that? Like it might not be something major, but they're just gonna take it like, wow. So fourth, they're always anxious or seem depressed. Like they're always sad and like gloomy, and that's another sign. 5 is everything that comes out of their mouth is always negative. Like it could be the happiest conversation, happiest moments, and then they just bring something sad into the conversation. It's like, okay. The sixth sign is that they're always they're gonna be making plans, like making a will, or like buying a gun, or buying drugs and stuff, because they feel like if they're buying like drugs and alcohol, they're like, this is gonna give me satisfaction, blah 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 blah. Oh, they're acting reckless is the seventh one. They're always doing things like they don't care what happens or what goes on or what comes out of their mouths. It's like, I think they could say anything hurtful and not regret it. Also, another sign is that they're sleeping a little too much or a little too less. These are just some signs. And watch out for these signs. Elijah, your feet. Move it. So, what are some ways of coping and helping yourself with when you're dealing with like suicidal thoughts and anxiety and stuff? So, first thing first, the first thing that you can do is you can express your feelings. Proverbs 17:17 says, "A true friend shows love at all times, and is a brother who is born for times of distress." That means that, like, when you feel like you're carrying a burden that is unbearable, your brother or your sister is there able to be there for you and help you carry that burden. If you share your feelings, you may feel like you just lifted away, like you're gonna feel better. So try to share your feelings with someone that you trust or know that really cares about you. But if you can't really find someone, you can always call the suicidal hotline, which I will put. It will be in the description box and also. Okay, so you can try talking to somebody today or whenever you feel like you're ready. Yeah. Express yourself and tell them how you're feeling, what's been going on, because somebody out there cares. You may not feel like it, but somebody cares. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Second thing that you can do is avoid drugs and alcohol. A lot of people are like, I'm smoking because it helps me forget. You're only gonna forget temporarily, and whatever you're trying to forget is not going anywhere. Like, too many people think that drugs and alcohol is their escape gift, is gonna help them, but really, it's not. Like, dude, for a person who's tried it, like, I tried it to help me not, like, to help me forget, dude, it doesn't help. It just made me think even more. It was so bad. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, it may be tempting to try drugs and alcohol to get rid of your suicidal thoughts and stuff, but these things help. Makes it worse. And if somebody says that no, it makes it better, it doesn't, because you're gonna be sober. You're gonna get sober, and your troubles or whatever you're going through is still gonna be here until you decide to do something about it. Drugs and alcohol cannot do anything about it for you. So, avoid drugs and alcohol when you're going through something this serious, this deep. Just saying. Because the more you do it, you're just going to feel worse, because none of your problems are going to be going anywhere. So I suggest try something else. Third thing that you can try is to get professional help. Like, go to a counselor. That's in Matthew 9:12. Healthy people do not need a physician, but those who are ill do. Being mentally ill means you need a doctor. You need a blah blah blah. Suicidal thoughts could be a sign of mental or emotional illness. Like, mental illness can be treated. So I suggest getting professional help. You should look for a qualified physician. If your schools, like my school, they have counselors for free. So, like, seek help within, like, your school, or like look for a therapist or whatever. Never try to get through this on your own, because you can probably be like, I'm fine, but are you though? Right. So get somebody who really knows the brain and, like, knows how to, like, help you. So So yeah, I suggest a counselor or something like that. There are a lot of like support groups and organizations that are here to help you. So like if you can look for a support group around your area, and if that's the best way that you can like be in a group where you don't feel like you're the only person with a problem, which is not a problem, but like some people some people feel better when they know that somebody else is going through the same thing with them or something like that. So look for a group or something that could help you. Or advice that you should try to do to cope with this is remember, a lot of people do not be like, yay, you just helped me. But remember that God cares about you. Okay? A lot of people don't believe in God yet. Or believe in God, like you just won't. But like, just know that if you feel like nobody around you cares about you, know that there's a mighty God that actually do care about you. He loved you so much. It may seem that like nobody cares about you because like everybody's doing their own thing and nobody's really paying attention to you or like saying, letting you know how much they love you really. But just know that the mighty God, Jesus Christ, loves you. How do you know this? Luke 12:6-7. 5 sparrows sell for 2 coins of small value, do they not? Yet not one of them is forgotten by God. Have no fear, you are worth more than many sparrows. If God can care about the sparrows that are sold for only 2 coins, how much do you think you're worth to God? Exactly. You are precious to God. You may not believe me, but I know for a fact you're precious to God, you're precious to me. To a lot of people, it may not seem like it, but somebody cares. The 5th, I think, 5th advice. This is something that me and my roommates have tried to do with, having authority or whatever. So, you can try replacing your suicidal thoughts and taking authority of them. Like, whatever bad thoughts that are going in your mind, replace them with truth. And every time you practice that, every time you do that, every time you're having a bad thought, you can automatically know. God said this, or no, I am. Like, behold, I have given you authority to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall hurt you. That's Luke 10:1. You have authority over what goes through your mind. So like whatever bad thought is going through your mind, just replace it with something good. You have the authority over your mind. You can tell your mind, like you can change the way that your mind thinks. Just bring truth to it and change all the negative thoughts. So like whenever, like if you keep practicing it, all the bad thoughts that are coming in and you replace it with good thoughts, like your thoughts it will not control you anymore if you just take authority over it. And that's on having authority in the name of Jesus. Anyways, the 6th example, pray. If you just pray to God, that like He will restore you, He will strengthen you. That's James 4:7. James 4:7 says, submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. You submit to God and you ask Him to help you, you will be free from whatever the devil has been doing. Like, God will help you. Pray. Just pray to God, and I promise you, whatever you're going through, it will be over. It will be done. Because God has grace and He loves you so much that He doesn't want you to go through this. He wants you to focus on Him instead of focusing on things that you're going through. He wants you to focus more on Him. So submit yourselves to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. James 4:7. That right there is a promise. So just pray to God and He will do it all for you. Because He loves you and He has grace. Eternal grace. it's a gift. He just wants to give it to you. So if you go to him, submit to him, he will just willingly just gives it. Okay? Remember that you are not alone. There are resources out there. Somebody loves you. If you feel like nobody in your household loves you, just know that I love you. I care. So if you need someone to talk or something like that, I have my social media. Hit me up. I am literally here to help. Okay? I'm here to tell you that somebody cares. A lot of people cares. It's not a lot of people cares. Find the person that you trust the most and you know will for a fact. And if you don't want to talk to anybody in this world, talk to God, because he's always there to listen. I remember one of my life group leaders, she told me that God isn't, when you're going through like your path or whatever, God isn't behind you and he's not in front of you. You know, he's always next to you, right there. Like wherever you're at, he's always there. Okay, he's never too ahead of you. He's never too far behind. He's always right there. So just turn and speak to him. That's all you have to do, and he will listen. He will hear your cry. Remember that. Oh, also, if you want to learn more about suicidal thoughts and like depression and stuff, I will put the link to my friend Star's video. It is called More Than Sad, I think, and it was a really good video. She has a channel, it's called Talk from a Star, and she's very helpful. I recommend watching this video. After you watch this video, it will be in the description box. I hope you guys come back and know that you are loved. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.